I grew up in southeastern Pennsylvania. And I guess my story starts with going to college. So I'm from a small town, a village, and we have a very tight community. And when I went to college, I was homesick. There's some craziness there, right? And I was learning how to play soccer, so I was teaching myself how to play soccer. So I would be carrying a soccer ball with me everywhere I go. And if you're carrying a soccer ball across a college campus, it's like a magnet for all of the Punjabis. And so there was one specific guy who was very eager to become my friend. And he invited me to his house. His family lived close by. And he would feed me, was very intense about taking care of me and making me a part of his family. And he had pictures of Swami all over his house. And I figured it was a relative. And then...
Oh, you thought Swami was a family member?
Yeah, exactly. So I didn't think anything of it, right? And then eventually he brought me to the Gurdwara. So when I went to the Gurdwara, I sat down on the floor, and I knew from that moment that I was home. There was a calm peace that came in, and I just knew that that was it. And so I learned everything that I could about Sikkhism and converted to Sikkhism. And then I think a year had gone by.
You were a Christian?
Yes. Okay. So a year had gone by. He said that you're very serious about being Sikh. I want to tell you something about this guy. And he invited me to a Starbucks. He had a picture of Swami. He's like, this guy saved our family. When we came to the US, we had nothing. And he told a story about finding the picture and the shop that his parents had, and the business picked up. They were able to secure their lives. And after his story, I didn't even think about it. I just accepted Swami was a good guy. And so he took me to the retreat that year with his family.
Which year was it?
That was 2006. And I saw all of these people dressed in white. I had so many questions. I think if you're from the West, people who dress in the same clothes have a particular reputation. And so, there was some doubt. But at the same time, everybody's speaking so nicely to each other. And they were really trying to do the work, look inside, see what's going on, do better. And I liked it. I liked having that community. I liked having all of these people around who just welcome me in, welcome anybody in. And so I kept coming back to the retreat. And in 2008, we came to this site for the first time.
What is the site name?
This is Camp Westmont. And they had opened the bookstore inside of the dining hall. I don't remember what exactly it was that caused the crisis, but I said to myself that I needed to make a choice. Either I believe in this or I don't believe in this. I'm in or I'm out. And I kind of shared that dilemma with somebody at the bookstore, and they handed me that book, My Baba and I.
By John Hislop.
Yes. And I don't know if I paid for it or not. I can't remember. But I took the book. I got into my car. I drove a ways away from the camp. There was a church parking lot, I think. And I sat there and I just read it cover to cover, very quickly, trying to absorb the story. And at the end, I just came to the conclusion that, okay, maybe I'm not ready to call Swami God. But I believe in the message, and I think everybody here is trying to do the right thing. So I think I also already believe that everybody is God. So why, I think I'm okay with this. And then within that second, after saying that to myself, the thought came, Swami's God. And then I knew, that's it. I'm here.
So ever since you have been attending every retreat every year? Here?
Yep.
Okay. And what do you do at the retreat? What's your role, responsibility?
So my role is to manage all of the transportation. Well, that was originally what my role was. And that means dispatching all of the assignments for the buggies that are driving around, doing various seva tasks, taking guests from their cars to their cabins, and then bringing them back out at the end. So you can imagine it's a lot of activity. A lot of people get high emotions. There's a sense of urgency that can kind of bring unwanted feelings. So part of my job is also keeping people calm, maintaining harmony, and reminding them that we are just moving people and things. There's no emergency. And make sure that when people see you, that they remember we're in Parthi. This is Parthi. And to smile.
Have you been to Parthi?
Yes.
Oh.
That's part of the story. Because in 2013, I went to Parthi. Obviously, I've never met Swami in person. It doesn't matter. So for me, it doesn't matter. I went to Parthi with a school from Krompet. So I had gone to Chennai. I was staying with a host family. I was doing all kinds of free things, having fun. And one of the Sai devotees from this region, their grandparents run the Krompet school. So I was invited to come. I traveled with that group as a chaperone to Parthi. My first step off the bus, I sprained my ankle. And Rushi, who was very eager about Parthi, always wanted to see the super specialty hospital. And because I was traveling with him and I had a sprained ankle, they brought a wheelchair over, they put me in a buggy, they took me to the hospital. Rushi's riding along, he's got a big smile on his face. We get to the hospital and they take the x-ray. And I was actually amazed. The hospital was immaculate, spotless. I've never seen a hospital that clean. And they were going to do plaster, so I was not going to do that. So I hopped on one foot out the door, and he got his hospital experience, and I got my sprained ankle experience. Came back from Parthi. I was in India for 2 months. I was on a bus from Trichy to Tanjore, and the bus driver fell asleep, and he smashed into a lorry parked at the side of the road. I was sitting on that side. It peeled off the side of the bus, and I don't know how. I can only say Swami was there. I had the instinct to lean over. And by leaning over, I missed my head being impaled. And after the bus came to rest, I got up and I saw the people behind me were badly injured. And my mother's a nurse. She had packed a full medical supply kit into my bag, which I didn't know how to use, but I promised to take it with me. So I just started getting to work. And
the first aid for them.
Yep. So one guy, his leg was open. There was bones, things. I was trying very hard. That sensation of, maybe it's too graphic, but the sensation of the blood between the hairs in your leg, on your fingers, all of that stuff. It didn't mean anything at the moment because I was just focused on helping somebody. But in retrospect, it was the sign that something terrible had happened and that I was ignoring it. Ignoring my own danger or my own self-preservation. So in that moment, I tried to do what I could. I was not successful. After that, I went into shock, and I knew I had to come home. There was just something different. So I came back to the US. I said I needed to get closer to Swami as a result of this experience. And so I needed to go through my own Balvikas, like if I were to start from the beginning, just to understand everything about Swami. So I said that I needed a guru, somebody to help teach me. So I was on the hunt for a guru. I came to the retreat the next year, and I got introduced to Krishna, and I thought, this guy is really knowledgeable about Swami. And we started talking more, and he became my guru. Part of the story is having gone through that experience in India, trying to do the right thing, invoking, my mother's training, making peace with that, helped me to be of service in the moment and then be of service to myself.